The national capital, Delhi, decided to open or reopen its schools yet again. That after March 2020. I decided to visit a Delhi government school in Delhi and found out something interesting. Despite the COVID scare, despite a heavy rainfall, students turned up for their classes. Why? Find out and take a look at the special report from the ground as I decided to move from the studio out on the field. After more than 15 months, Delhi decides to reopen its schools. So amid the fear of coronavirus, amid a heavy downpour since today morning, did parents decide to send their children back into classrooms? Did the students decide to come and meet their friends but from a distance? I have decided to find all of that in this special telecast as I visit a Delhi government school. Is it time finally that online education is shifting to offline? Let's find out in this special telecast today. Schools in Delhi opened its gates today to students from 9th to 12th. Staff following safety protocol by checking body temperature and sanitizing the students. Before heading to classes, a warm welcome by the teachers amid a loud cheer.
तो आपका स्वागत करने के लिए मैं सभी टीचर्स से और आपसे खुद से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि जोरदार तालियों से आप सबका वेलकम बैक टू स्कूल.
For 9th standard student Aradhana, this is the moment she has waited for. Meeting her friends after more than a year of interrupted education. Aradhana has 3 siblings. The family had one phone, that of her mother. Her father is a plumber, her mother a house help. In her life, Aradhana dreams to do better.
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है सबसे मिलके, सबको बहुत मिस किया मैंने. हमारे घर में एक ही फ़ोन है, वो भी मम्मा का है, और हम लोग पढ़ने के लिए 3 हैं, तो हम लोगों को बहुत परेशानी होती थी. अगर एक को पढ़ना है तो 2 को अपनी क्लास छोड़नी ही पड़ेगी.
आपका कितनी बार क्लासेस मिस हुई?
बहुत बार हुई.
किसको देते थे फिर आप? छोटा आपका कोई भाई बहन है, बड़े भाई बहन है?
छोटे भाई को.
आज ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 ईयर हो गया है जब से हम लास्ट टाइम स्कूल बंद हुआ था. तो आज तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ और एक्साइटेड तो बहुत ज़्यादा हूँ. सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग तो अभी भी रखनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि अभी भी कोविड ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है और आज बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आया.
Schools opened for the 10th and 12th standard a few days ago, especially for the practical classes of the science stream students. Chemical combinations being studied amid strict safety precautions where both the teacher and the children wore masks that is mandatory. The premises of the school being sanitized by the staff members. For the 12th standard arts student Jay Gulia, this is a crucial year, the final year of his school life. Meeting his friends are now precious moments, careful and from a distance.
आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग टाइम मैम स्कूल में हम आ रहे हैं तो मैम वो तो अलग ही मोमेंट है हमारे लिए. मैम हम कैसे फील कर रहे हैं दोस्तों से मिल रहे हैं स्कूल में आके, तो मैम ये वंडरफुल मोमेंट है हमारे लिए. और हमें थोड़ा नर्वस ही फील हो रहा है कि कोरोना बहुत है और हमारे घर वाले भी हमें ये कह रहे हैं कि थोड़ा प्रिकॉशन रखना, कि स्कूल में जाओगे तो डिस्टेंस बनाए रखना. और वैक्सीनेशन भी अभी नहीं हुई है मैम.
इसका थोड़ा टेंशन है कि वैक्सीनेशन नहीं है.
यस मैम अभी है, घर वालों को तो मैम खास कर है. और उन्होंने मैम आज भी हमें इसलिए भेजा क्योंकि हमारा बहुत लॉस हो चुका पढ़ाई में. और ऑनलाइन भी हम इतना बेटर अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पा रहे थे जितना ऑफलाइन कर पाएंगे हम.
The fact is, sir, you and I have to stand at a distance. We are wearing a mask. We're also vaccinated. there is no vaccine that has come for children yet, and that is the biggest concern. So do you think there is also a responsibility on your shoulders that children that are coming are kept safe here in the school?
See, in the school itself, this is the our foremost priority always is there to maintain the safety and security of the students. No doubt it has been increasing the responsibility, but we are ready since the school need students.
Yes.
And for the student themselves, for the holistic development of the student, it is required that they should come to school. So we are ready. Me, my team, teaching staff, everybody are ready.
I was saying life of people engaged in bangle making.
Syllabus revised, friendship revived, and this time in person, face to face. Today was a test day for Delhi government schools, and despite the heavy downpour, many students did return to their classrooms, primarily because online education is still a privilege, because they do not want their education to be interrupted anymore. But while that could be, of course, a debate that is ongoing about online education, one fear that concerns us all: what if the students, the unvaccinated children, catch COVID-19? And that onus now comes on the administration, the government, importantly the families as well. And therefore, as one by one the schools start to reopen in Delhi, this special telecast to help you understand why some children have opted to return to their classrooms, and of course the fear of third wave that is looming large. In this special telecast with Sachin Chandok, Pooja Shali for India Today. So you may ask that if most students and their parents are eager to return to classrooms, what is the opposition? Like all school debates, let me now take you through the for and the against, or what precisely is this ongoing debate. Let's take a look. For. Kids can handle infection better. That's what the doctors have said for now. Parents have seen that. We have also seen that till the second wave. However, the against one. Parents are, of course, justifiably saying that there is a looming threat of the third wave. Why would we want to risk our children? Let's take a look at the for again. The fact that there is a low risk of severe COVID cases or cases turning fatal. Remember, there's no data to suggest that children can be affected largely in any of these COVID infection. However, against. No vaccination yet for children, and that is one of the reasons that most parents have said they will wait and watch of how the situation pans out. Let's take a look at that. Important. Kids are missing out on social development skills, all this during essential years of their schooling. But the ones who are against say that school safety protocols are not yet clear. Why is the onus via the consent form being put on the parents, not on the administration or the government or the schools? Let's take a look at the most important factor for the digital divide. The fact, as you just saw in this ground report, that there are many students who had to even share smartphones, and for them it is important that they return to physical classes. However, the ones who are against have said that if they do, distancing, who will ensure? Ventilation, who will ensure among the administration and the school authorities? And if there is an online education platform, why not use it? This is the for and against ongoing debate among schools. Now, as you just saw this ground report, there's one more. Remember, the other side that I've decided to bring to you. There are families with their children in private schools, affluent families, and they have decided that they will not send their children to school. They will not risk the health and life of these kids. Why and what is the reason that they want to wait and watch? Why have the private schools mostly decided not to open? Take a look at the story. Most parents in Delhi, from affluent families and with children studying in private schools, are not yet ready to send their children back into classrooms. With the online education platform available, many parents are asking what is the hurry to open schools. Parents feel until vaccinated, they cannot risk the health of their child and are comfortable with the online education platform.
gives the sample papers. And they
Fear is that बच्चों को कहीं catch ना
Ma'am,
हो.
of course there is a fear, there is a third wave fear and everything. So of course we cannot take the risk at all. It's very good that they have given us two options. One is offline and one is online. And we are very much satisfied they have given the online. My younger one is in 8th standard and he'll take the online classes also. So as my elder one.
12th student Utkarsh and his sibling Ojasya in the 8th standard are comfortable and accustomed to the online education. Days are spent glued to the screen, but in safe confines of their home. Utkarsh attends to his worksheets online, and on some days he goes to school for his practicals.
For the school, for the proper schools to reopen, there will be a lot of teachers, there will be a lot of children. That's, I think, kind of unsafe because nobody's vaccinated. I mean, the children are not vaccinated at all.
Right now.
And the teachers are also some of the teachers are they are not, second dose is not given to them yet. So that's why I think the proper normal school is not all right, fine that.
7-year-old Hiram Upadhyay has been at home ever since the pandemic started. His father, Dr. Vinoy Upadhyay, has decided not to send their child to school even if private schools reopen. The fear that the child may contract the COVID infection. Like most parents, Dr. Upadhyay too is waiting for the children vaccine. So they are assured of the child's protection against COVID-19 ahead of the third wave.
What we have observed that over the last 1.5 years, there is a fluctuation of the course of the COVID, and also because the vaccine for the kids are still not available, so we will be more comfortable if he continues with his online classes. And when this scenario improves, we'll definitely love to send our kid to the in the school.
How many hundreds are there?
For now, the parents who have access to online education intend to continue and not take the chance to put their child at risk. With Pooja Shali and Milan Sharma, Bureau Report, India Today. So here on India Today, we have tried to put both sides of the story. The fact that the digital divide is real. There are parents who have the option of online and want to continue with it. They do not want to risk their child's life. However, the ones who do not have that option want to get back to the physical classes as well. So not just these reports, what about other states? What about Delhi with Tamil Nadu, with the Jharkhand, with Gujarat, all of these states deciding to open? Take a look at this compilation of all the schools around India that have opened and what do students and parents have to say.
After a long wait, the study in the classroom has again begun in Uttar Pradesh from class 1st to 5th. Earlier, class 6 to 8 were reopened from 23rd of August and before that 9 to 12th. But now these little children who were very, very excited to come back to school now in their classrooms, although some of the parents are still apprehensive over the fact whether they should send their child or not, and at the same time vaccine is something which is bothering the parents too much. But on the other hand, schools and administration has prepared according to the COVID guidelines. In 2 shifts classes will run. At the same time, COVID protocols have been made mandatory. No exchange of any stationery or food items will be done at the classroom. Studies has begun again in the offline mode, but the parents are still apprehensive over the fact whether it was the right time and there should have been some arrangement for the vaccine, which is very much required at the moment. In Lucknow with cameraman Harish Kanpal, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
Schools and other educational institutions in Rajasthan have been taking gradual steps towards reopening after the Gehlot government in the state allowed their reopening from today, that is September 1. We are right now at Subodh Public School, one of the prominent schools in Jaipur. With me is the principal of the school, Kamaljeet Yadav, and a few students. Ma'am, what kind of guidelines and detailed SOPs that have been laid down so as to ensure that there is no spread of COVID and the entire process of reopening is smooth?
The government has laid down proper detailed guidelines. Regarding this, we are taking care in the school, like when the students are coming, they come in 50%. To ensure 50% attendance, we had asked the permission of parents through a Google form. And only on the basis of that, we are allowing the students.
I'm happy and I'm not fearful about that because it is a good thing because online classes are also affecting our studies.
So I'm happy as it was like the concentration was distracting kind of, and my parents are actually happy.
In Jaipur, the students by and large feel that it was high time that physical classes resume, and the sense of apprehension amongst the students clearly is not there, and they feel that the sooner things become completely normal, the better it would be. With camera person Nikhil Sharma, Devankur Vadhavan in Jaipur, India Today.
We're at a government school in Chennai and we can see that all the necessary steps have been taken as per the government SOPs. We can see here a list of contacts which have been provided for the school students and the parents to contact in case of emergency. And similarly, books have been allotted for students from this very location. Each of the student who is coming in is being, recorded here. Sanitizers have been provided to them. At the entrance itself, there is a thermal scanning representation as well. Is there fear among parents to send the children back because the COVID time is still not over? There's still COVID fear and scare that is going on.
No, they are very happy to send them to school. School means they have some fear, the teachers are there and that schedule is there. So I think that's a welcome change.
How do you feel coming back to school? Are you excited?
Yes, I am very happy to come to school.
The state government has said that children needn't be physically present if they don't want to. They can continue with online classes. There is no pressure is what they've informed the Madras High Court as well. Apart from that, the standard operation procedures need to be in place and that will be very strictly monitored is what officials have also said. With camera person Daniel from Chennai, this is Akshana for India Today.
So that is all for our special telecast on education now in the COVID times and as schools reopen across the country. Welcome back. So today, the rainfall in Delhi and NCR region was so high that it broke 19-year-old record of the heavy downpour, literally forcing the residents of Delhi in many parts to wade through knee-deep water. We get you with data with a record of why precisely on the first day of September, monsoon mayhem in the national capital, Delhi.
This man is not crossing a river. These vehicles are not stranded in a swollen water body. And this is not Mumbai. These are the flooded roads of the national capital. This is Delhi drowning. Hours of rain turned Delhi NCR into an island on Wednesday. Crucial underpasses waterlogged. Commuters stranded. Key roads, national highways submerged. And the Delhiites battling rain, apathy, wading through waist-deep water. Posh areas like ITO, Basant Vihar, and roads leading to airport witnessed massive flooding.
You can see that for meters there is no road can be seen under this waterlogged street. For meters even the vehicles are moving in a single row because almost all the road is being occupied by the rainwater.
Traffic movement on Minto Bridge near New Delhi railway station, the perennial flood zone, was also closed due to waterlogging. The roads connecting Delhi to neighbouring Noida and Gurugram saw heavy flooding.
5 hours with 8 heavy-size booster pumps which have been installed here to evacuate water, but the stretch is more than 200, 300, and when there is water logged, at least 1.5 to 2 feet. Here the Delhi police has put up a barricade, and this is to ensure that no one passes through the manhole, and this could be really dangerous and risky. But the overflow, look at the pressure that is coming from the sewage.
While familiar deluge scenes unfolded like every year, questions were raised on Delhi government's monsoon preparedness. Delhi, which saw an orange alert, will be on yellow alert for rains for next 2 days. With Kumar Kunal and Ashutosh Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now imagine heading to office and then getting stuck in a massive traffic jam. Also witnessing waterlogging even in the most high-profile VIP posh areas of central Delhi. That's what happened with my colleague Anisha Mathur today. Take a look at this ground report.
After incessant rain starting late last night, most of Delhi is waterlogged and traffic jams are ubiquitous. We are right now at Jia Sarai on the road between IIT Gate towards Munirka and the airport, and your visuals will show you what is going on the roads. There is a massive traffic jam on this road all the way from IIT Gate to Munirka, and the situation is similar at various points in the city. All around central Delhi, particularly Lutyens Zone, Ashoka Road, Akbar Road, Janpath, Mandir Marg, Parliament Street, every one of these roads and every one of these circles has been under water, almost 1 to 2 feet of water. ITO is completely waterlogged. Indraprastha is waterlogged. Several parts of Mayur Vihar have seen a lot of waterlogging and traffic jams. Noida Road has seen a lot of waterlogging and traffic jams. ITO as well as Pragati Maidan near Supreme Court has a lot of waterlogging. And here in South Delhi, Aurobindo Marg near AIMS, near Chini and Qutub Minar has a lot of spots where there is a lot of waterlogging as well as traffic jams. And the situation is not likely to improve anytime soon, as the Met Department has issued an orange alert for the next several hours and a yellow alert for the next 2 days, which means that Delhiites and people in the NCR, if you're coming out of your houses at all, be warned of this situation. In New Delhi with cameraman Ashwini Helan, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
And let's not talk rhetoric, let's talk facts, data with regard to this monsoon mayhem. What was the record that was broken today? Take a look at this graphic. 112.1 millimeter downpour till 8:30 a.m. today. That's how it's broken the record, and that is why it's the highest single day rainfall in 19 years. That's the record that has been set by the rainfall in the national capital Delhi and NCR region. And importantly, which means what would otherwise have been a full quota of 1 month, 90% of that happened today itself on the first day of September. According to the Indian Met Department, there are more rainfall likely in the 4 to 5 days now in this week. So, of course, you need to be careful, especially with regard to waterlogging and traffic jams. But remember, there's been an orange alert that has been sounded in Delhi. Orange alert means heavy to very heavy rainfall can be expected in Delhi and NCR region in the next few days. Record being set by the rainfall in Delhi. Not just Delhi, even Uttar Pradesh is witnessing heavy rainfall and even flood-like situation in several areas. India Today decided to travel to the ground, to Gonda, Barabanki districts, to find out that people are suffering and trying to rush to safer places. Take a look at this ground report from Uttar Pradesh.
Sitting on this cot, right outside her home, which is now in water. Nisha is desperately looking for help. She lives with her sister and younger brother in a village in Gonda district of Uttar Pradesh. One of the worst hit by the floods, ravaging many parts of the state.
क्या-क्या दिक्कतों का सामना करना पड़ रहा है?
सब दिक्कत पड़ रही है।
क्या किस तरह की?
बाढ़ आई, सब कुछ भी बह गया था और पिताजी हमारे भैंस आग के सूखे की ओर निकल गया और घर पे ही सब कुछ छोड़ के।
Sham Raji has a similar story to tell. Guarding the little that she has left, Raji is waiting for the flood water to recede. All this in the hope that she can soon reunite with her family.
परिवार हमारे भैंस लेके गया है, बाप पोता
और ना तो पतुआ सब बेउंदा ऊपर हर माँ पठाई दिन पानी में बहुत परेशान लड़का की हारे।
तो आप यहाँ क्यों बैठी हैं अकेले?
अरे हम बैठी हैं तब सर सामान सब धरा है, घर छोड़ कहाँ चले?
सामान को बचाने के लिए बैठी।
हाँ।
Access to these remote areas is tough. India Today travelled to the interiors of Gonda district by boat for a reality check. Village after village, there are countless people waiting for government aid, food and even drinking water. The government, when approached by our team, claimed help is being arranged.
SDRF, बाढ़ की चौकी, मेडिकल टीम और पशुओं को बचाने की व्यवस्था, गोताखोर, नाव, स्टीमर, ये सारी व्यवस्थाएं की गई हैं और हर तरीके की राहत सामग्री लोगों को देंगे। पूरी सरकार जनता जनार्दन के साथ खड़ी है। जहां कहीं भी कोई जल जमाव है उसकी हर तरीके की उनको सुविधा प्राप्त हो, इसके लिए हम लोग तत्पर हैं।
The situation is not so different just a couple of hours away in Barabanki. India Today visited Kodhari village along with relief workers. What we saw is this: 5 feet deep water and submerged houses. Manas Ram and his family, including children, say they haven't eaten for a day.
पहले खाना वाना सब राहत मिलत रहा है, तो अब खाना वाना तहसील साहबदार साहब बंद कर दी है कि अब राशन मिल गया है तो खाना अपने हाथ बनाओ खाओ। यहाँ साहब ना लकड़ी है, ना ईंधन है, ना गैस है।
हमने यहाँ इसके लिए प्रशासन की तरफ से 28 नावें लगा रखी हैं जो कंटिन्यूअस बेसिस पे जो यहाँ नीचे के लोग हैं इनको बंधे पर ले जाके विस्थापित किया जा रहा है और वहाँ उनको भोजन सुबह और शाम दोनों समय दिया जा रहा है।
The villagers are waiting for the help from administration. Some of the villagers haven't eaten a single bite since this particular day and are waiting for the lunch packet. Though they say that ration have been provided, but they have no source to prepare food, as with no electricity, nothing can work, be it stove or gas. With cameraman Neeraj Kumar and Rehan, Samar Srivastav for India Today.
And that is all from me for today. Thank you so much for watching 6 PM Prime, but stay tuned.